Dear friend, Rutikunda tugiye kwigana isomo ryitwa Research Methodology, by'umwihariko turi kwiga icyo bita Academic Writing, inyandiko ziri professional, inyandiko ziba zifite amategeko n'amabwiriza zigenderaho, inyandiko zo mu bigo by'amashuri, mu kiyobozi n'ibindi bigo bitandukanye. Ziba zifite inzira imwe rukumbi ikorwamo, ariko nk'inyandiko zisanzwe zisekeje iz'ubushuti ntabwo zigira formule zigenderaho, ahubwo ibi byo bigira formula. Batujyanirane ne kubatinze. What is academic writing style? When writing in academic writing style, don't write as you would normally speak. Iyo uri kwandika inyandiko iri academic, ntabwo wandika ibintu kwa kundi ubivuga. Kumwe umuntu avuga ibintu mu kinyarwanda cyangwa mu rundi rurimi ntabwo ari kubyandika, hari ukuntu bigenza. Avoid informal language such as a slang or colloquialism or contractions. Iyo uri kwandika wirinda inyandiko ziri academic, wirinda slang, ya magambo nyine y'urubyiruko y'inshoberamahanga, cyangwa ururimi rw'akaritsiye runaka. Hari igihe intara ifite ururimi urubyiruko ruziranyeho amagambo yabo y'inshoberamahanga cyangwa y'amarenga, ntabwo mu nyandiko ziri academic rero ibi bintu ubikoresha. Structure your language carefully. Ni ukuvuga ngo rema uburyo bwiza bw'ururimi rwawe, urwitondere. Use a complete sentence, koresha interuro yuzuye, and paragraphs, n'igika cyuzuye cyangwa umukarago wuzuye. Although bullets are acceptable, bullet twa tu symbols dukoresha nayo ashobora gukoreshwa. They should not be overused because your writing would start to look like it was just a notes. Ari bullet uri kwandika inyandiko ziri academic ntabwo uyakoresha, kuko umuntu ashobora kugira ngo ni ingingo z'ingenzi wari uri gutegura. You can get idea, ushobora kwakira igitekerezo cyawe, of the kind of writing favorite in your subject area by looking at relevant research papers in academic journals. Kwango ushobora kwakira ibitekerezo by'uburyo butandukanye by'uko ibintu bitegurwa, uko byandikwa neza, ugendeye kuri subject, ku nshinga, ugendeye ku buryo bw'ahantu hagiye hatandukanye, uko ugenda witegereza research papers zifitanye isano n'ibyo wowe uri gushaka, kandi ukagendera ku ziri academic journals. Also, when you are reading, bityo iyo byiyongereyeho, iyo uri gusoma for your course, kubw'amasomo yawe, you might find it useful to look at the style of writing. Ushobora kugira byinshi ushobora kwifashisha mu nyandiko yawe. You will find your ability to write in effective academic style will improve the more you read and more practice you get in writing. Academic writing, inyandiko iri academic, is a formal, irazwi, iri formal, is impersonal and objective, bifite objective, si y'umuntu ku giti cye, ibireba ibintu rusange, bifitiye umumaro society. Is a cultures or tentative, references other writers' works, yerekana ibihamya by'iby'abandi banditse, ntabwo wandika ibikuvuyemo gusa. Informal vs formal words or phrases. Informal, try to find out. Muri informal ugerageza kubishaka. Formal, investigate, kora ubutasi. Carry out, bisoze. Formal, conduct, byegeranye, kusanya. Look at carefully, byitegereze neza. Okay, formal, examine, bishungure. Make sure it is true. Informal, menya ko ari ukuri, atari ibihuha. Muri formal, verify, bisuzume. Show, informal, twereke. Muri formal, demonstrate, bitondekanye. Get rid of, get rid of, gira uko ubijyana, bigorore. Okay, formal, eliminate, birandure, ntabyo kugorora. Academic writing style tips, utuntu twibanze dukenewe mu kwandika academic writing style. Strive to be clear, concise and precise. Say exactly what you mean. Vuga ibyo washakaga gusobanura, wicakure. Complete sentences, uzuza interuro. Clear constructions of paragraphs. Kora rema igika gisobanutse. Treat each paragraph as a section around an idea. Buri paragraph yihe igika kigiye gifitanye isano n'igitekerezo cyacyo. Don't extend the paragraph length more than one full page. Ntugakore paragraph irengeje, iri busaguke ikarenga uburebure bwa page imwe. Paragraph iri burenge page imwe ntiyemewe. Strive to be clear, gerageza gusukura ibyo bintu. Concise, ibande ku kintu kimwe. And precise, hitamo. Ikindi, avoid the first person, irinde first person sentence variates. Okay. Very rare use of hypothetical questions. Okay. Koresha hypothetical questions. They tend to weaken the voice of the writer. Academic writing sample. Interpersonal communication is defined as an interactional process between two people, either face-to-face or through mediate forms. Ellen, 2001. Interpersonal communication theories explore concepts such as cognitive processing, relationship development, processing and maintenance, and influence. Barroson, 2001. Barroson, 2001. Lesson 2001. Kyoche. In general, interpersonal communication theories provide a way for individuals to better understand themselves and others in the context of their communication. Alley, Shockley, Zalabak, Wankar, Hathen, Tibiaut, 2001. It is hardly practical to study each individual person in society. Therefore, researchers studying interpersonal communication have had to concentrate on generalizations that can be made to produce broader knowledge regarding communication behaviors. Salwen and Stokes, 1996. There are 4 specific perspectives from which interpersonal communication can be studied. A. Relational qualitative communication, in which the roles of sender and receiver are shared by 2 people concurrently in order to generate meaning. B. Situational contextual communication, which takes place between 2 people in a specific context. C. Quantitative dyadic interactions, including impersonal communication. And D. Functional strategic communication, strictly for the purpose of achieving interpersonal communication, strictly for purpose achieving interpersonal goals. Len, 2001. While the study of interpersonal communication is clearly expansive, scholars must gain a broad understanding of interpersonal communication theories in order to determine how people can improve and enhance organizational communication skills. Grammar. Checks for writing. Grammar. Checks for writing. Subject, verbs, agreement. Learn on sentences, 2 or more complete sentences together. Punctuated as one sentence. Use a semicolon or a period dot to correct this. Avoid the second person you. Use a third person and stay consistent using the third person. Select the present tense if possible. Sometimes past tense is necessary, but stay consistent with the tense. Spelling. Use of quotations marks, put commas and periods inside the quotes. The new dog is brown. Introductory clauses need a comma. Use who and not. Use who and not that when referring to people. Certain words or phrases should be avoided if possible. Hopefully and a lot. Helpful grammar links. Brief overview of punctuation, semicolon, colon, parentheses, dash, quotation marks, and italics. Pronouns usage. Pronoun antecedent arguments, subjective verb arguments, passive and active voice. Online writing lab at Purdue University. The guide to grammar and writing answers to any other grammar issues. Punctuations mode simple. Writing tips. How to writing any academic writing. Writing tips. Number 1, don't give a life to inanimate objects. For example, schools cannot think. Avoid ambiguous sentences. For all, this, that, this, those, with the word to which the term refers. Spell out acronyms when they first appear. Thereafter, use acronym. Example, the National Education Association, NAER, cites the following. Don't use the first names of references citation in your text. Don't use a first name. First names reference citation in your text. Use a second name. Cite primary sources whenever possible. Cite primary sources whenever possible. Sometimes secondary sources have inaccurate pages, citations, and quotes, or both. If you intend to use the information in your paper, go back to the original source. Prefer the active voice to the passive voice. Prefer to the active voice. Prefer the active voice to the passive voice. The man beat the dog is more interesting than the dog was beaten by the man. And use a fewer words. No. Any in a service program was set up by the school system. Yes. School personnel established an in-service program. Avoid weak, verbose, wish, wash constructions. No, it was hoped that in a near future, the student would seem to benefit from the new program. Yes, students will soon benefit from the new program. No, in an article by Smith and Jones, 2004, it was contended that high expectations by a school faculty could help scores obtained by students to increase. There are many better ways. Yes, Smith and Jones, 2004, noted that high faculty expectation seemed. Oh, allow me to continue on a paragraph. Except for emphasize and new reporting, one sentence is not a paragraph. Except for emphasize and new reporting, one sentence is not a paragraph. Paragraph has a topic sentence, some sentences expanding on the topic sentence, and a conclusion or transitional sentence. Plan, draft, edit, revise. Plan, draft, edit, revise. Consider your idea carefully. Consider your idea carefully. Write it. Review and edit your writing. Check spelling. Check grammar and content. Proofread your work carefully. Is your work clear, concise, cogent, and correct? Correct again. Does it make sense to you? Correct again. Does it make sense to you? Have someone else proofread your work. Call someone to proofread your work. You often are too close to your own work to see inconsistencies, errors, etc. Does your work make sense to a friendly critic? Will your work make sense to an unfriendly critic? Don't write or say between you and I. Don't do this. Between you and I. Don't write a lot. Don't confuse contradiction it's with the possessive it's. Don't use lose when you mean loss. Loss. Don't confuse their. Don't confuse their with their and their. Spell check does not catch everything. Notably, spell check does not catch everything because you are the person, you are the human. Common confuse the word and the phrases. After or effects. Affects commonly confuse the word and the phrases. Example, affects or effects. As a verb, effect means to bring about or to accomplish, while affect means to influence, to bring about effect as the result may be positive or negative. Affect means to influence, to include. Okay, number 2, allude or elude. You allude to the document where a fact may be found. You elude a question that you cannot answer. Those are the different. Allude to the document where a fact may be found. The fact may be found, but elude is a question that you cannot answer. Elude, question you cannot answer. Allude is the document where the fact may be found. Document of reference. Allude. Questions not answered. Elude. Can or may. Can or may can refer to the ability. Can refers to the ability. May refers to permission. May, permission. Can, ability. Ability to do something. May refers to permission for doing something. Further, further or further. Further, further or further. Further is more appropriate as a distance word, while further works best as a term of time or quantity. Term of time of term, best term of time, best term of quantity is further. Further is appropriate distance of what? Distance of what? Term of best term of time of quantity. Good or well, good or well. In reporting conditions such as health or performance, use a word rather than the adjective good. Although, when you describing attitude of someone, it is proper to say, I feel good today. Don't say, I feel way today. No. I feel good today. If we talk about the attitude of someone, if we think about the performance of something, use a word. You perform well. You run well. You learn well. You sing well. You look. You feel a good today. Attitude. Impre or infer. Impre or infer. When you impre, you indicate or suggest something by word or action without actually say it. When you infer, you deduce or draw a conclusion from the evidence. Irregardless or regardless. Regardless is incorrect. Irregardless means incorrect. Regardless means correct. Okay. Precede or proceed. Precede or proceed. When you go ahead or in front of, you precede. When you begin or carry on some action, you proceed. Principle or principle. Principle or principle. Principle or principle. A principal is the head of the school. Principal is the head of the school. A chief officer or an original sum in a loan. Principle is a fundamental truth. Fundamental truth. Principle. 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 Thank you so much for today.